Yo, was geht up? This is Max Berger here, and in this video I'm going to be talking about Instagram, getting more followers on Instagram and making money on Instagram. I'm literally going to show you a couple things that I've been doing over the last couple of years that made me a couple million from Instagram alone, as well as helped me build a very cult-like following on Instagram. So we'll be talking about what exactly to post in order to build a brand, and then also how to get more followers, how to niche them, how to get them bought in, and most importantly, how to monetize your Instagram account. Now, who is this for? This is number one for any sort of expert, coach, or trainer who's kind of starting out, who's not sure about Instagram yet, any sort of business that is starting out, and most importantly also for somebody who is already using Instagram, just to kind of review a couple things that are very basic but then can get you huge results, just to make sure that you're actually doing those. If you're none of those, if you're just a regular person, still watch this because it will help you build a personal brand and it will give you some very valuable insights on online marketing and brand building. That being said, let's crack right into it. Have you ever wondered whether there's more to life than a boring dead-end 9-to-5 job? Have you ever dreamed about breaking free, traveling the world, making good money, and just enjoying life? My name is Max Berger, and I've attained that freedom. No more office dress code, no morning commute, no boss. This channel is for you, so here's to your freedom. Now, the question that arises first here is, why Instagram? And the answer is very simple. Look at what people are doing. Look at the average person at work, in the mall, in a restaurant, in a nightclub. They're all scrolling through Instagram nowadays. Instagram right now is huge, and it is right now what Facebook used to be, which means very undervalued. Most businesses, most personal brands are not aware of the power of Instagram yet. So if you jump on the bandwagon now, doing a couple things right, which we're talking about here in this video, then you can actually create huge upside potential for you. On top of that, I personally use Instagram more as some sort of business card nowadays. Back in the days, people would have a business card like, I'm a coach for the thing. Nowadays, it's almost all done over Instagram. People are almost weirded out if you're not on Instagram yet, especially again, if you're positioning yourself as some sort of expert, okay? And we'll talk more about this later. And most obviously, Instagram is very easy to create compelling content on there. It's easy for you to get in touch with potential clients, with your followers. It's easy to create really good picture content because all you need is a phone. These smartphones nowadays have incredible power when it comes to taking pictures. If you do a couple things right, you can create very easily very compelling content. Now, let's talk about what to post in order to build a following, engage with your followers, and then also later on make money. For that, actually, we're gonna head into my main office, so let's go. The first thing you need to know all the time is, what is your niche, okay? You want to know what exactly your niche is. What kind of thing are you offering to what kind of audience? And then you gotta take that idea even further and say, who is your exact client avatar? What do I mean by that? Look, most people think the broader I go, the more people I reach. So if I'm a general expert in fitness, for example, then I reach most people, and more people means more money. Not quite, okay? Number one, it means more competition. Number two, it means you're gonna reach a too wide of an audience and it's more difficult to target them and thus post certain things that make them identify with you. Instead, niche it down as much as you can. For example, I'm gonna give you an example. One of my very good friends has built a huge business with fitness. Now, oh my God, another fitness instructor. There's so many out there. The next six-pack ab hack guy. Here's the thing, what he did was smart. He says, you know what? I'm not gonna teach fitness to everybody. I'm gonna teach fitness to a very small niche audience. He said, I'm gonna teach fitness to only busy entrepreneurs, okay? People that travel a lot, people that don't have a lot of time, but they wanna get the best out of the time that they have and become very fit. So he said, not a general audience, but a tiny niche. Guess what? This guy doesn't have a lot of tens of thousands of Instagram followers. He can make a lot of money with a niche following, okay? So niche it down, and then again, create an ideal client avatar. You can tell by how good somebody who owns a business understands his own business by how well he understands his usual client, okay, the usual suspects. So the idea behind a client avatar is you take your entire target audience and you merge them together until it becomes this one ideal person that you can serve, okay? And then you'll have his or her exact age range, where they live, what keeps them up awake at night, what are their dreams, their fears, what are their results, and what keeps them from reaching their dreams, okay? That is your client avatar. Once you figure that out, you can then say, okay, I'm targeting every single post, every Instagram story, everything on my news feed to that exact client avatar. The better you know your niche and your client avatar, the better you can serve them and the better you can build a relationship to them, and then later on, the more money they will be willing and happy to pay you. So, let's see what we're doing. Let's do that. Woo. Okay, so let's say you figured out your niche and you know who you want to serve via your client avatar. Now what you got to do is you got to figure out, I would say, between 2 and 3 things your brand stands for. And then you're going to evolve every single post around either one of these things. I'm going to give you an example. If you go to my Instagram, which is probably how you know me, if somebody would ask you, oh, what does that guy Max Berger stand for? You can probably say something like, well, freedom, money making, doing cool, fun things such as snowboarding or traveling, and girls, right? It's very clear. It's very simple. Why am I choosing to post these things? Because I know my target audience. I know my target audience wants to make money, wants to live freely, and wants to have enough time to hang out with beautiful people. Now, let's say, for example, Tai Lopez. What are the first things that pop in your head when you hear his name? Probably Lambo, books, knowledge. Let's take Elliot Hulse, for example. Bioenergetics, being present to the moment, lifting heavily. Like, these are very clear, well-established brands, and that's what you need to do. Again, too many people are all over the place. They say, well, if I post something like this, I attract all these people. And then all this, I attract all those people, as broad as possible. No, niche it down. Know your target audience, know your ideal client avatar, and then deliver between 2 and 3 things over and over again. Every post should evolve around at least one of these things, okay? Now the thing is, people say like, okay, I understand, now I know what to post. What about quality over quantity? Should I post a lot to, stay relevant, to keep popping up on people's newsfeed? Or should I post less, but then high quality, so I really get a lot of likes, and that in turn favors the algorithm, etc., etc.? Well, the answer is unfortunately not so spectacular. It's both. Create as much high quality content as you possibly can. There is a light at the end of the tunnel though, because authenticity trumps everything. You don't need to be the perfect, absolute expert in everything that you're doing. All you have to do is, instead of trying to show that you're the perfect person for that, show that you're a real person. Show that you're authentic. It's totally fine that you post the lonely hustle moments in between the amazing parties that you're throwing. It is totally fine, let's say you're a fitness coach, that you're posting that you've been slacking off eating pizza today and the next day you're training it back off. It's totally fine to show that you're having a bad day at the gym. Again, authenticity trumps everything. People are following people on Instagram because they want to connect with them, not because they want to impress by how perfect that person is. And I've realized that too. While I was building my brand, the first year, I always tried to be the perfect, unattainable, perfect coach. And I realized people, first of all, it would put pressure on me and it would not make me excited about posting on a daily basis. Secondly, people would not even like to buy from me because they wouldn't be able to associate themselves with me. Instead, I said, you know what, I'm gonna be open about my flaws. I'm gonna show both sides of it. I'm not only gonna show the travel lifestyle girls, but I'm also gonna show me sitting there lonely on my computer, putting in the hours of work. And all of a sudden my DMs started blowing up. People said, I can resonate with you. My sales would go up because people would literally say, the only reason why I bought this program is because I feel like you're a normal person. So I can attain that too. So again, authenticity is much more important than being an expert. Instead of trying to create the perfect post over and over again, try to show a little bit of your human side, and then again, have high quality content that either inspires people, that makes people connect with you, that gives people actual content value in terms of do this, here's a bunch of tips, and then post that as regularly as you can, hitting again your 2 to 3 points that your target audience can identify themselves with. Okay, so let's talk about how to get more followers on Instagram. Well, first of all, this whole thing about how many followers do I have, it's completely ridiculous, okay? What you need is you need to niche yourself down, okay? When it comes to making money and creating a real impact on people, the amount of followers you have does not matter. I've seen people making tens of thousands of dollars each month with only 2,000 followers on Instagram. On the other side, I've also seen people with 1 million followers barely making a living. So it is not all about numbers and mass. Instead, again, niche. Niche trumps the number of followers at all time. If you have a really good connection and you're really, really well positioned in a niche, you can monetize that way better than somebody who's just like generally attracting a bunch of million people, okay? Just saying that. Now, one of the simplest and most consistent ways to grow your audience on Instagram is actually hashtags. Now, everybody says that, right? You just use some hashtags, but nobody talks about actual how-to. Here's the thing with hashtags. I'm gonna tell you exactly what you do. First off, you pick hashtags that are in your niche, okay? That's why you gotta figure out what your niche is and what your target audience is, etc. So for example, if you're a motivational speaker, you will use hashtags that revolve around motivation, motivational speech, inspiration, inspirational speaker, etc., etc. And what you do though is, you're gonna pick exactly 30 hashtags. This is a little bit mathematical here, 30 hashtags. Out of these 30 hashtags, 20 hashtags have around 10 times the posts that you have followers. Okay, so for example, if you have 70,000 followers on your Instagram, you're gonna use 20 hashtags that have around 700,000 posts. Okay, 10 times the amount of followers that you have. If you have 1,000 followers, find hashtags that have around 10,000 posts in them that still evolve in your niche. Okay, now you have those 20, you're gonna take 5 additional hashtags that have more than 10 times the amount of posts that you have followers. And then you're gonna pick 5 hashtags that have less than that. So again, all in all, 30 hashtags. I'm gonna give you an example to make it even clearer. Again, let's say you have 70,000 followers, and I wrote it down here just to not confuse the number. You have 70,000 followers, you're gonna pick 20 hashtags that have 700,000 posts of them, roughly 700,000, could be 800,000, could be 600,000, okay? Now, on top of that, you're gonna pick 5 hashtags that have above that, okay, that have 1 million, 2 million, 5 million, and then you're gonna pick 5 hashtags that have below that, could be 200,000, 400,000, etc. Hope that makes sense now. And what you do now is you're gonna post these hashtags in every single post that you're posting. You can either post them right at the bottom of your post, make sure they're not all over the place, make sure they're like lower down on the post so people don't get confused by all the hashtags in it. Or what I always do is you post it in the first comment underneath your post. It has to be the first comment. If it is the second comment, someone posts in between, it won't work. The Instagram algorithm won't like it. Okay, so again, post it either in the post or in the first comment. And that is it. That is how you use hashtags to grow your audience. What's going to happen is somebody will go on the Instagram and will be like, well, I'm interested in motivation. So they're going to type in motivation, and then they look at tags, and then they see all the tags, and then people can follow these tags. So every time you post something, they will, oh my God, oh, that's interesting. There's this new post by this new motivational speaker. Let me check out his other stuff. Follow, right? People will find you through that. Very simple. On top of that, obviously, engage, engage, engage. I love it when people think they are, I'm the rock star, I should not even engage. Here is the post, you peasants. No, engage as much as you can. If you have less than 50,000 followers, there is absolutely no excuse to not reply to every single comment that you're having. Reply to, maybe not every single DM. With 50,000 it gets a little difficult, but anything below that, you can reply to every single comment. That rates your engagement higher, it favors the Instagram algorithm, and it's easier for you to be discovered. Plus, all the people that are following you feel valued, they feel great. And what happens to a guy that receives a reply comment from you after he commented? He's gonna reply again, right? He's gonna comment again next time. He's gonna be like, oh wow, there's always great back and forth with my favorite Instagram influencer, so I'm gonna reply, right? So engage with your followers. They're your oxygen. They're what makes your brand breathe. And do not underestimate the power of word of mouth. If you help somebody in the comment section, even if it's just a thumbs up, a thank you, something as simple as that, people are much more likely to talk about you to their friends, okay? The word of mouth power is huge. People tend to underestimate that in the digital world nowadays and all that. On top of that, People are like, well, I just use a bot. How about I use an auto liker, auto follower bot? Do not do that. It is the worst thing you can do. Because there are bots out there that you can use for your Instagram, and then they give you automatic followers. They automatically follow other people, comment something random on them, and then the person sees like, oh, somebody commented on that. Who is that, right? Bots do that. Or even worse, buying followers. Don't do that. Why? Because first of all, almost every buying follower service doesn't give you real followers. There's no hack, okay? There's no magic pill. It will always be a bunch of fake accounts. The engagement will suffer. Everybody who's done a little bit of research will see, okay, this person has 100,000 followers, but only gets 2,000 likes on average. That's a bunch of fake likes that they got, okay? That's not good. On top of that, it makes you rank much lower in the Instagram algorithm if Instagram notices that you're using a bot and or fake followers. And on top of that, most importantly, if you ever ought to be verified on Instagram as a business, as a brand, as a personal brand, you can never get verified if at some point you've bought fake followers or used a bot. Don't do that. Again, it doesn't matter how many followers you have. What you need to do is find a niche and serve your niche as much as you can, and then connect with these people. We'll talk about monetization in a second, so don't use bots. Connect with people on your Instagram that use similar hashtags and or similar locations, okay? So if you're somebody who works locally, find people in your vicinity. You can literally search by location. Look on people's Instagram accounts. Look at, oh, this guy lives in my town. He's into fitness. He uploads a bunch of pictures of him running. Okay, I'm a fitness coach. Let me comment on their last picture. Great, keep it up. What are people gonna do when they see a stranger commenting? Oh, who's that? Clicking on the profile. It is a little bit of a groundwork. It's a little bit of a little hustle, grinding work that you got to do, but at the end of the day, it pays off. What are you going to do when when you're in the elevator, when you're waiting on the bus, when you're literally in the bathroom? Sit down and comment on a bunch of people's profiles. These small minutes that you have each day, they can stack up. While you're chilling there watching the news on TV, go reply to some people, connect with people that have similar hashtags and or similar localities. And last but not least, don't underestimate real life networking. Attend parties, attend networking, attend any sort of event that fits into your niche, and connect with people there via Instagram account. And like I said, Instagram or any social media for that matter, nowadays is like a business card, okay? So instead of giving business cards, be like, let's exchange Instagram. Because the person that you're exchanging Instagram with on a networking party or an event, now they're gonna see your stuff popping up on their feed. What happens to the person that you give your business card to? Nice, thanks for the business cards. Now it's in the pocket, never to be seen again. But if you are on their Instagram, all the time you will show up. It's much easier to connect. And at the end of the day, a potential client that might be a little on the verge, I'm not sure if I wanna buy from that guy. Oh, he knows my friend Johnny. That's interesting. All right, you know what, I'll buy. Again, you cannot underestimate the power of real life networking. Now, that is how to build a bigger following. That is how you engage with your following. That is how you create a great relationship and give your following what they want to see via the three things that you've decided your brand stands for. Let's talk about monetization. There's exactly two ways you can use your Instagram account to make money. Number one, you go down the mass route and you build a huge following, and then companies reach out to you and give you money and say, okay, here's some money, now advertise our program or product. Or you go down the other route and you don't care too much about followers and say, okay, I'm gonna build a service that I can offer to my niche, and I will use Instagram as some sort of proof that I'm real and proof that my teachings work, okay? Both are totally doable and both are absolutely okay to do, okay? The thing is, in my personal experience with my clients and with myself, is that option two is much easier. You offer a high-ticket program, a high-ticket coaching, consulting, training program with high costs, but at least the customer or the client gets some real good one-on-one contact with you, and therefore, you only use your Instagram as some sort of proof that you're genuine, proof that your clients are getting results, proof that you're not a scammer, basically, okay? It's almost like a landing page that shows some results, some testimonials, some of you as a person. So when you get, for example, on a sales call with a person, and they're not sure about you, you say, oh, go check out my Instagram account. And there they see you hustling, they see you working with your clients, they see the testimonials of your existing clients that you're posting on, and they're like, oh, okay, this person is real. here's my money. Okay, so again, I highly recommend you going down the high ticket route if you offer one-on-one mentoring in a highly specific niche, because you know exactly what your target audience is struggling with, what their dreams and their goals are. You can know exactly how you can help them, and then you say, okay, one-on-one coaching for $2,500, one-on-one coaching for $5,000. It doesn't matter. As long as you know your exact target audience, you can use Instagram then as some sort of backdrop to show that you're real and that your stuff actually works. If you say, I'm not really an expert yet, okay, that's totally fine. You don't need to be an absolute expert. All you need to do is to be 1 to 2 steps ahead of the average person in that field. If you say, okay, coaching, consulting, training, that's great, high ticket, understand, not my thing, then there's still the possibility of just building a huge brand and then have companies reach out to you and say, yo, we see that you have a bunch of followers, okay? You have 10,000 followers, you have 15,000 followers. I've seen people pull that off with 5,000 followers as well. We are a big fitness brand. We see you're in fitness. How about we send you some free stuff? Here's some free protein. Here's our new weight belt. Entirely for free. Show it to your audience. Tell them how much you like our weight belt. And when people sell with your coupon code, you get 10% from that, right? That's absolutely cool. It is a little less money, but obviously it's also a little less work, plus you get free stuff. It's also very great. You can actually do both. You can do high ticket stuff and be an influencer that other companies reach out to you. That is no problem as long as you do it right. But that's kind of topic for an extra video actually, because there's a lot of nuances to that. And yeah, again, the thing is too, when you're building a big audience and then you want companies to reach out to you, there's a couple things you can actually do. Number one, it doesn't need to be a personal account. There's thousands of meme pages out there that have a couple million followers. As long as there's real people looking at what you're posting, companies will be happy to reach out to you and say, hey, we have this product, it kind of fits into what you're posting here. How about we send it to you for free? How about we give you a coupon code? How about we give you 10% of every sale that you're making? That is totally cool. Many, models, influencers, fitness models, etc. do that. And the thing here is you can even reach out to companies yourself. You don't need to wait until your brand has enough equity for some big company to just kind of notice you. You can literally reach out to these companies. You can reach out to them via DM or via email. Just do some digging. You always find some representative that you can message, be like, this is my Instagram account. My niche is your niche. Send me some stuff. We'd be happy to promote that. You don't even need to say, send me some stuff and some money. I'd be happy to promote that. Many times, as simple as value giving makes these companies extremely interested in you. You can literally reach out and write the following. Hey, my name is XYZ. This is my Instagram account. I love what you're doing, specifically product program XYZ. Would love to promote that to my audience. What do you guys think? 9 out of 10 times, if they reply, they will say stuff like, you know what, cool, here's some free stuff, promote it. Now you happily promote it for free. Guess what they're doing? Oh, we're getting some sales from that person. How about we actually work on a brand deal? How about we make that person brand ambassador? It's all about giving value first and then showing that your audience is bought in and they're happy to buy from you. And then these companies are super happy to actually get you in some sort of brand deal. But you have to put in the hustle. You have to message these people. It's not like it's automatically coming. And again, you don't need hundreds of thousands of followers, okay? Especially when you do high ticket stuff, a couple hundred followers, absolutely okay. If you want to have other brands reach out to you, I've seen people pull it off with 5,000 if they have a very well represented niche, if they're have a very high bought in audience, it's possible too. That being said, that is how you post the right things on Instagram, find the right people, find your niche, find your target audience, post stuff that engages with them, grow more, use hashtags for that, and how to monetize Instagram. I hope you liked this. It was a little bit of a longer video, but I thought upon popular request, because so many people said how to build, how to make money. I hope it makes you happy now, okay? Thank you so much for watching. Really appreciate that. This channel has been blowing up. We're almost cracking 10,000 followers very soon. Very grateful for that. If you haven't yet, watch another video and subscribe to this channel right now, because I ain't stopping. I will keep delivering high value content on making money and attaining freedom. Thank you so much. Max Berger out, and GG.